I
building
love that
process.
one dude who he cheats and he's kind of like openly cheated, but he's also really good at chess. That
Oh, the
19-year-old
guy
kid
that put a thing.
that like he might have when he beat
Yeah.
who did he beat?
Magnus
Magnus
Carlsen.
Carlsen.
Yeah, Hans.
Yeah, that guy. I
Yeah,
think that's a fascinating story
yeah,
because that's like
yeah.
you would think that someone who cheats sucks, but no, he's actually really good at chess, and also he cheated like a gang of times, and his mentor cheated too,
Right.
and he cheated to try to get a higher rating online, and he like openly admits it, and you're like, Jesus, what do you do
When
with
he was
this?
younger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was
Uh,
not that young.
no,
Like
young, 13 or whatever,
no,
14,
no, no, no,
15.
no, no. I think the most recent one was a little later than they initially thought.
Sure. But the evidence there is complicated,
Right.
but it's similar to steroids. Like people that take
Yes.
steroids when they're competing in sports,
Well,
they're already the elite.
right, but here's why it's not similar. Because if you're cheating in a game, you're something you're using something, they don't anal beads, whatever it
Yeah.
is, that's allowing you to make better moves. That is so much different than if everyone's doing steroids. Because if you're doing steroids because everyone's doing steroids, like everyone is cheating, so there's no cheating.
Right.
But if one person is just using their brain and the other person is using some sort of a calculation and getting some sort of a signal, we don't even know if that was real because it was never proven, right? He
Yeah.
might have just beaten them. Like Magnus might have gotten off to a bad start, and that's the thing is like this guy can actually play chess,
Mhm.
which is kind of crazy.
And he's chaotic, creative, and so on. So it's hard to know. He's not a standard chess player.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
It's fascinating when there's someone like that. It's like doesn't fit into like what you think. Oh, they found like there was a guy who was beating a lot of people online, and some people were saying, "Hey, this guy's cheating. Like, I want to play him in person." And then they had a match, and they set it up and played him in person, and he was terrible. Made all these mistakes, and everyone's like, "I knew it. You're cheating." Like that's the standard. We're used to that, but in this case, no. This guy's a wizard at chess, like a straight up killer. And also, he cheats
Well, it's
or he cheated.
to
I
me,
should
it's
say.
fascinating because whether it's anal beads or anything else, it's like a cyborg. It's expanding your capabilities with technology, and
That's cheating. It's not
there's
even
cheating. No,
expanding your
no, it's
capabilities,
100%
right?
cheating. But like for example, if I had something, whether it's up my ass or in my ear right now, and it was using ChatGPT to like you asked me of an explanation of the war between Russia and Ukraine, and I would just tune in to the ChatGPT explanation and just give you that explanation, right? Like I think that's really interesting to me how to expand human capabilities because you have to understand because there's a lot of dangerous trajectories that could take possibly. Like did the chess playing thing, not with anal beads, but there is for people who are curious. I discovered this. This is fascinating. There's quite a lot of anal beads and butt plugs and sex toys that are Bluetooth connected. And they have Python
What?
APIs. So if you're
What?
curious, you and your
There's quite
girlfriend,
a lot of them.
yeah, they have. So you can program. There's I think it's actually called on GitHub butt plug.
Can
That's
you
the
have them
name.
like
Uh,
move to music?
Wait, I'm sorry. What? That's the tips music. What do you mean move to music? So there's
Like
there's a set of yeah, 100%, 100%.
dum 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 dum.
I don't know if your ass or vagina could feel that. I don't know. I have not investigated any of this, but clearly a lot of people are.
Imagine if it syncs to a song. You're
Yeah.
masturbating to Inagata
Yeah.
Navidin.
No, that's pretty easy actually to do. Yeah, this is something you would 100% do, but I don't know. I don't know how much interest this. But anyway,
So you could somehow or another use that to send a signal that would tell you knight or whatever, rook
yeah,
four,
I mean,
or whatever.
I didn't
however
use
you
that.
say it.
I just used there's a bunch of devices that can vibrate. They're just like size of uh, just like the size of what, a quarter, and so I played with that. Have a
How would
camera on
you? How would it like? How would some? I mean, I don't even know how they theorize. If someone's playing chess and they have an anal bead that gives them signals, what? How could it even tell you how to move your pieces around? Like, what kind of a bizarre code would you have to?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Joe. There's an answer to this. No, so for for a beginner like me, so it's just like a mediocre player like me, you would use a lot of information like Morse code. You would say, take this piece, so it's the position of that piece, and move it to here. That's a
Mhm.
lot of vibration.
Right.
For a grandmaster level player, all you need is a very low resolution signal about um, even just the information of there exists a move here that's not standard, that's going to be very strong. So that sends a grandmaster signal to think about this
Mm.
position. Like there's obvious moves and there's non-obvious moves. And like I'm just giving you examples of like a grandmaster needs a much fewer signal.
I see what you're
So
saying.
I would most normal players would need to be buzzing like crazy. But so with Morse code, there's a lot of different ways to compress. Like if you want to get good at this, it's actually I forget how many bits of data are needed, but it's very little. But if the easy one is Morse code to just send you the position of the piece. Yep. Yep. The interesting thing that I have not tested, and the audience, the few people in the audience that want to test this, is a lot of the vibrating devices have different settings, 0 to 20. I wonder how sensitive you are to be able to tell the difference between the
Right, you
settings.
could kind of like hover the piece of like warmer,
Yeah,
warmer,
exactly.
colder,
So you can have
colder.
information. You can. I don't
Yeah.
know if you can get information from the different intensities, or does it have to be binary 0, 1?
They weren't
Bus.
playing speed chess, were they?
No, no, no. This is the classical game, so you can wait as
Mm.
long as you want.